Welcome dear students, myself Bani Priyadarsini, lecturer in biology, Jupiter Higher Secondary School, and today I am going to teach you the topic that is associated with human digestive system. So let's continue our topic. First of all, human digestive system that is divided into two different parts. What are the two parts? First one is alimentary canal and second one is digestive glands. These two are included within human digestive system. So before starting the human digestive system, let's have some idea about the nutrients, because the nutrients which play an important part in maintaining the complete mechanism of digestion. So where the nutrients are present? The nutrients are present in the food, and these are the chemical substances, and by burning of these chemical substances, the living organisms get everything that is required for their growth and maintenance. So the nutrients which are the major part in the human digestive system that can be described in two headings. The first one is micronutrients and second one is macronutrients. So micronutrients means these nutrients are required in small amounts, though they are never responsible to supply the energy. But in the deficiency of these nutrients, there are a number of diseases which are caused in human. So the micronutrients mainly include the vitamins, minerals. These are included within the micronutrients. Then the second one is the macronutrients. So macronutrients play an important role in the mechanism of digestion. So macronutrients that provides energy, that maintains the growth of an individual, and which is also responsible to cause the repairment of the lost parts. So the macronutrients mainly include carbohydrate, lipid or fat, and protein. These are the macronutrients which are involved in the process of digestion. So after having some of the knowledge about the nutrients, let's go to our topic, that is the human digestive system. So human digestive system that can be described in two headings. First one is the alimentary canal and second one is the digestive glands. So alimentary canal, which starts with mouth and ends in anus. In our case, the alimentary canal having two openings, so our digestive system may also be termed as complete digestive system, because the digestive system in case of animals can be divided into complete and incomplete. So when it is said to be complete, when within the alimentary canal, there is the presence of two openings, one for the intake of the food and one for the elimination of the undigested food materials, that is anus. So mouth serves as intake of food, and through anus, the undigested food materials are being eliminated. So in our case, the digestive system is complete, and when the digestive system is said to be incomplete digestive system, where the alimentary canal has a single opening. For example, in case of coelenterate, where the mouth serves as both mouth and anus, because through the mouth the food is also being entered, and through that same mouth the undigested food materials along with the excretory materials are removed. So that is, in case of platyhelminthes, the digestive system is said to be the incomplete digestive system. So first one is the alimentary canal, which starts with mouth. First one is mouth, which is guarded by two lips. One is the upper lip and another one is the lower lip. In between the lip and the jaw, there is a gap which is known as vestibule. And when we analyze and when we rotate our tongue in between the lip and the jaw, at that time we can find an attachment that is in between the lip and the jaw, and that attachment is known as labial frenulum. So labial frenulum is the attachment that is present in between lip and the jaw. So this is about mouth. Then next one, mouth leads into the next part, that is the buccal cavity. So which is the next part of the alimentary canal, that is known as buccal cavity. So buccal cavity, which is formed by a number of structures. For example, the roof of the buccal cavity, that is formed by palate, the floor of the buccal cavity, that is formed by tongue, the lateral sides of the buccal cavity, that is formed by cheek, and along with this there is also the presence of teeth and tonsil. So these are the different parts which are present within the buccal cavity. First one is palate. Palate, which forms the roof of the buccal cavity, and it is divisible into the anterior hard palate and the posterior soft palate. Why the anterior part of the palate is hard? That is because of the presence of the bony structures. So the posterior part of the palate is soft, and the end of the soft palate can be demarcated by the presence of an elevation, and that small elevation that is hanging when we can open our, when that we can see when we will open our buccal cavity, that is known as viola. So viola is the demarcation which is well marked when we open our buccal cavity. Then next one is tongue. So the tongue will form the floor of the buccal cavity, and it is a muscular structure. Let's see the PPT, that is, this is the structure of the tongue, human tongue. So in case of human tongue, that is a muscular structure, and if we analyze that muscular structure which is present, which forms the floor of the buccal cavity, that is not smooth, that is with a number of elevations, and those elevations which are present on the floor, on the surface of the tongue, that is known as papillae, and the papillae are along with a number of taste buds. So mainly in case of human, the taste buds which are present are filiform, fungiform, and circumvallate form. So these are the three different types of the papillae which are present on the surface of the human tongue. Along with these three types of the papillae, there is another papillae that is foliate, but this is absent in case of human. This foliate papillae is absent in case of human. So what about the function of these papillae? these papillae, they are provided with a number of taste buds. So first one is the filiform papillae that is present mostly in the center of the tongue, and that is without any taste bud. Out of all the 4 different types of the papillae, though the foliate is absent in case of human, the filiform papillae that is without any taste buds. So the next one, that is the fungiform, which is present near the tip of the tongue, that we can see clearly, that is through the PPT that is provided. The fungiform papillae, which is mostly present near the tip of the tongue, and it is with a number of taste buds. Each papillae may contain 5 taste buds. Then the next one, that is the circumvallate. Out of all the types of the papillae, the filiform papillae is the smallest one, and the circumvallate type of papillae is the largest one. So where it is present, from the PPT you can clearly see that the circumvallate papillae is present towards the posterior part of the tongue. Let's have a view. That is the division of the tongue. That is also well marked from the PPT, the complete tongue. If we analyze, this is the structure of the tongue, and this tongue is divisible. It is divisible because of the presence of a V-shaped structure, and that V-shaped structure is known as sulcus terminalis. So sulcus terminalis is the structure that divides the tongue into 2 different parts. The anterior-most part, which is known as the oral part, and the posterior-most part, that is known as pharyngeal part, because the oral part is concerned with the intake of the food, and the pharyngeal part of the tongue that is connected with the pharynx. So the oral part and the pharyngeal part of the tongue, they are divided because of the presence of a V-shaped structure, and that is known as sulcus terminalis. In the center of the sulcus terminalis, there is the presence of a pit-like structure, and that is known as foramen cecum. This is foramen cecum, which is present at the center of the V-shaped structure. So this is tongue, and that is divisible into 2 different parts. So before we have studied the different position of the papillae. Then next have an idea about the different parts of the tongue and which part is concerned in the detection of which type of taste. First one is the tip of the tongue. The tip of the tongue that is concerned with sweetness, that helps in detecting sweetness. Then the anterolateral means some parts of the tip along with the lateral part that detects the salty behavior of the food. Only lateral of the tongue which detects the sourness of the food, and the posterior part of the tongue which I have marked through dots, that part of the tongue which determines the bitterness of the food. So these are the different portions of the tongue, and these are the different taste areas through which the taste of the food can be detected. So this is about the tongue, which forms the floor of the buccal cavity. When we will see our buccal cavity, we can clearly see that our tongue is attached with our buccal cavity on the back side. That is because of the presence of lingual frenulum, because the scientific name of the tongue is lingual. So because of which the frenulum which attaches the tongue with the buccal cavity, that is known as lingual frenulum. So this is about the structure of the tongue that forms the floor of the buccal cavity. Gradually, as an individual is growing older, the number of the taste buds gradually decreases. So in the early cases, the number of the taste buds may be approximately up to 10,000, but an individual, as it grows older, its number may decrease up to 3,000 to 4,000. So we can see that in case of older person, they are unable to detect the taste of the food. That is because of the degeneration of the taste buds. So this is about the tongue. Next, have an idea about the teeth. The teeth, which is also a part of the buccal cavity, and that is also present within the buccal cavity. The teeth, that is in case of human, according to its origin, how many times it will origin, or what are the how many sets of the teeth that can be replaced throughout the lifespan. According to that basis, the teeth in case of human is divided. It is divided as diphyodont. Diphyodont means throughout the lifespan of a human, we can find two different types of the teeth. Some of the teeth are known as milk teeth or temporary teeth, or they may be termed as deciduous teeth. And some of the teeth, they are termed as permanent teeth. So, because of these two types of the teeth, throughout the lifespan of human, the teeth in case of human is termed as diphyodont. So, it means that two sets of teeth are present throughout the lifespan of a human. Out of the 32 teeth that is present in case of an adult that grows at the age of approximately 18 to 25 years, the number of teeth is approximately 32. So, out of 32, some are milk teeth and some are permanent teeth. So, out of 32, how many are milk teeth? 20 are milk teeth and 12 are permanent teeth. So, why some of the teeth are said to be milk teeth? Because at the age of 6 years, all the milk teeth, they will start shedding, and gradually they will shed, and after that they again be replaced by new teeth. So that is known as temporary teeth or milk teeth or deciduous type of the teeth. So the number of the teeth, that is 32 in case of adult, but in case of children, the number is less, that we can calculate through the dental formula. That I will discuss later. Next, consider first one is diphyodont according to the origin. The next one is thecodont. So what do you mean by thecodont? According to the attachment, how the teeth is attached with the jaw. In case of human, the teeth is said to be thecodont. If we replace, when some of the, we are replacing some of the teeth, or we are at any time the milk teeth is being replaced, at that time we can find some socket-like structures which are present in the jaw. It means that the teeth is attached with the jawbone by forming a socket-like structure. So that type of attachment, when the teeth will attach with the jaw by forming a socket-like structure, that is known as the thecodont type of the teeth. It means that in case of human, according to the attachment, the teeth is thecodont type. And the last one, that is according to the structure. According to the structure, the teeth is heterodont type. Heterodont. Heterodont, the name itself indicates that hetero means dissimilar. Heterodont type means there are different types of the teeth that is present in the buccal cavity of human. So what are the different types of the teeth that is present in the buccal cavity of human? Let's discuss. So according to the basis of different criteria, the human teeth can be diphyodont, it can be thecodont, or it can be heterodont. Diphyodont, that is completely based on origin. Thecodont, that is completely based on attachment. Heterodont, that is based on the similarity in the size or shape of the teeth. So let's discuss what about the heterodont type of the teeth. The heterodont type of the teeth, it means that in case of human, within the buccal cavity, there are 4 different types of the teeth. First one is incisor. Incisor is demarcated as eye. Second one is canine. Third one is premolar. And last one is molar. So these are the 4 different types of the teeth that is present within the buccal cavity of human. That is incisor, canine, premolar and molar. First one is incisor, that is responsible for cutting off the food materials. Second one is canine, which is pointed, which is also regarded as a vestigial organ because it is less functional in our case. Though we are not, because why that is less functional? Because we are not tearing the food like that of the carnivores. So the second one is canine, that is represented as C. And the third one is premolar and last one is molar. These are the 4 different types of the heterodont type of teeth which is present within the buccal cavity. Then what about the function of this particular type of the teeth? First one is incisor. Incisor type of the teeth that is concerned with cutting, canine teeth is tearing, and the premolar and molar that is concerned with chewing and grinding. So these are the different types of the teeth. Then how the teeth is attached? The teeth is attached with the jaw. According to the attachment, we have already discussed the type of attachment is thecodont type. It indicates that the teeth is attached with the jaw by forming a socket. So in case of human, all the different types of the teeth, that is incisor, canine, premolar and molar, all are attached with the jaw by the presence of a number of roots. So in case of incisor and canine, there is the presence of a single root. But if we consider the upper premolar, there is the presence of 2 roots. But if we consider the second premolar, in case of first premolar, first upper premolar, there is the presence of 2 roots. Whereas in case of second upper premolar and the lower premolar, there is the presence of again single root. In case of upper molar, there is the presence of 3 roots, and in case of lower molars, there is the presence of 2 roots. So through the root, it indicates that what is root? Root is the attachment that attaches the 2 teeth along with the jaw. So in case of human, how the number of teeth can be calculated? The number of teeth can be calculated through a formula, and that formula is known as dental formula. So dental formula means, what do you mean by dental formula? Dental formula means half teeth in upper jaw by half teeth in lower jaw. Half of it indicates half teeth in the upper jaw means it does not mean the upper jaw contains this much of teeth. So half of the upper jaw contains how many teeth? That is the half of the teeth present in upper jaw. Similarly, the half of the teeth that is present in lower jaw. In all the half of the portion, there is the presence of these 4 types of the teeth, that is incisor, canine, premolar and molar. So in case of incisor, we can calculate the dental formula, that is through I by I, C by C, PM by PM, M by M. I by I means half the teeth in the upper jaw, that is approximately 2 by 2 by 2. Canine 1 by 1. Premolar 2 by 2. Molar 3 by 3. So the dental formula in case of human is 2 by 2, 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3. So what is the total number of teeth in the half of the upper jaw and half of the lower jaw? That is 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. 6 plus 2 is equal to 8. 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. 10 plus 2 is equal to 12. 12 plus 2 is equal to 14. 14 plus 2 is equal to 16. It indicates that the dental formula which shows that half of the jaw, it means the total number of teeth present in half of the upper jaw plus half of the lower jaw, that is approximately 16 in case of adult individual. So how the total number of teeth can be calculated? The total number of teeth is equal to, that can be calculated through a formula, that is 2 into dental formula. So dental formula, according to the dental formula, in an adult the number of teeth is 16. So total number of teeth in case of human, that is 2 into 16, that is equal to 32. In this way the number of teeth in case of adult individual can be calculated. But if we consider in case of children, what will happen? The number is not 32. So why the number is not 32? Because in case of children, the premolar teeth is absent. The premolar teeth is absent, and in case of molar, the number is 2 by 2. So what will happen in case of children? If we analyze the formula, that is in case of children, the formula will be 2 by 2, 1 by 1, 0 by 0, 2 by 2. So what is the dental formula? This is dental formula of children. So what is the total number of teeth? 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 2, 6, plus 2, 8, plus 2, 10. So the dental formula is equal to 10. So total number of teeth that can be calculated through this formula, that is 2 into dental formula. So the total number of teeth is equal to, 2 into 10, that is approximately 20. So in case of children, the number of teeth is 20, whereas in case of adult, the number of teeth is 32. Then what about the teeth? What is about the structure of the teeth? The structure of the teeth, it shows that it is divisible into different parts. What are the different parts? It is mainly divisible into crown, second one is neck, and third one is root. These are the let's take a break, dear students, and we will again come after the break. Welcome, dear students, after the break. Then where we are? We are in the structure of what is about the structure of the teeth. The teeth is divisible into mainly three different parts. What are the three different parts? This is about the structure of teeth. So, structure of teeth, which is divisible into three different parts. The exposed part of the teeth, that is known as crown. The part that is surrounded by the gums, that is known as the neck, and the part of the teeth that connects the teeth with the bone that is present within the gum, that is known as root. So, crown is the exposed part that is surrounded by a shining material that is known as enamel. Enamel is the hardest substance of our body that is mainly formed by the ameloblast cells. Similarly, just below the enamel, there is the presence of another layer which is known as dentine, and that is regarded as the second hardest substance of our body. So, this is about the structure of the tooth or structure of the teeth. So, Vidhi, hello.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Myself, Mahasati from Kendrapada.
Kendrapada. Where you are reading?
Jawan Navodaya Vidyalaya, Kendrapada.
Navodaya Vidyalaya. Okay.
Yes,
in which class? 10th.
10th.
Okay, dear students.
Okay. Question is, which is the basic requirement of living organisms for obtaining energy?
That is metabolism. Metabolism is the process through which the living organisms will get energy. That is, what do you mean by metabolism? Metabolism is the sum total of all the chemical processes which are happening within the body of an individual. So, metabolism can further be divided into catabolism and anabolism. In case of catabolism, the large molecules undergo destruction. For example, we are taking the protein, but the proteins are not being absorbed. We are taking proteins, it is again digested, and that will form the amino acids, and after that will be absorbed. So, this is catabolism. Anabolism means that is the reverse one, where the simpler molecules undergo fusion so that there will be the formation of a complex molecule where the amino acids will get combined so that there will be the formation of a protein. So, this is the metabolism which provides the energy for the living organisms. Okay. So, this is about the structures which are present within the buccal cavity. So, buccal cavity, the first one is palate that we have discussed. The second one is tongue, we have also discussed that. And third one is teeth, that we have discussed about the number of teeth, about the types of the teeth, about the origin, about the attachment, and according to the structure, what are the different types of the teeth in case of human. Then what about the tonsil? Tonsil, which is present at the end of the palate, that is mostly at the end of the soft palate, which is regarded as the lymphoid organ. Why that is lymphoid, or why that is regarded as the lymphoid organ? Lymphoid organs are divided, that may be divided into primary lymphoid organ and secondary lymphoid organ. Primary lymphoid organ includes bone marrow and thymus, from where the lymphocytes are produced when there will be direct entry of the antigens. Or what do you mean by again antigen? Antigen is the foreign substance that is entering into the body so that the cells undergo stimulation and there will be the production of antibody. So, these two organs, that is bone marrow and thymus, they are the primary lymphoid organs. Except those primary lymphoid organs, there are also the other areas which also provide immunity, and they may be the tonsils, they may be the Peyer's patches. These are the areas where which are regarded as the secondary lymphoid organ. So, tonsil is regarded as the secondary lymphoid organ. In case of human, the tonsil is arranged in the form of a ring, and the ring in which the tonsil is arranged, that is known as Waldeyer's ring. Waldeyer's ring. This is the ring in which the tonsil is arranged. How that ring is formed? Let's see. This is the ring and the tonsils are arranged in this manner. This is, yes, yes. Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello? What is your name?
I am Priyanka Pradhan.
Acha, from where? Hello?
Ma'am, apana. Hello.
From where? You are from where? You are studying where?
ଆପଣ କେବେଠୁ starting କଲେନି ma'am?
ଏବେ 12 o'clock?
ଓହୋ।
କ'ଣ ହେଲା କହୁନ? କୁହ, କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ, କୁହ କ'ଣ ହେଲା? ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ହ୍ୟାଲୋ ହଁ ଠିକ୍ ଅଛି। So the tonsil that is present within the buccal cavity, in case of human, the tonsils are arranged in a ring-like manner. So what is the ring? How they are arranged? So here let's consider the tonsils are arranged in this manner. Near the pharynx, this is the tonsil that is arranged and that is known as pharyngeal. This is tubal. This is palatine. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, I am Suraj Pradhan from OAB Zoology.
अच्छा आदर्श विद्यालय कोठी
मैम जुआलिया।
अच्छा अच्छा को डिस्ट्रिक्ट रो सेटा
मैम मयूरभंज।
मयूरभंज अच्छा अच्छा कुह कोन डाउट अछि कुह
मैम व्हाट इज द अदर नेम फॉर मिल्क टीथ?
मिल्क टीथ रो अदर नेम पर टेम्पोरारी टीथ कहि परिबो कि डेसिड्यूएट कहि परिबो हैला टेम्पोरारी बुझेला।
थैंक यू।
अच्छा हां ठीक है। So the tonsils which are present within the buccal cavity, they are present in a ring-like manner. In this manner, first one that is present near the pharynx, that is the pharyngeal. This is tubal, which is connected with the eustachian tube. Eustachian tube is the connection that is present with that is connected with ear. So that is known as tubal because it is connected with tube. Then last one, third one is palatine because it is present near the palate, and the last one that is lingual. So lingual, pharyngeal, tubal, palatine and lingual. Lingual means which is present near the tongue. So these are the four hello hello
हेलो
hello
हेलो
hello कुह
हेलो।
हाँ कुह कुह good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Myself Ashwasna. I am from Uttar Pradesh, Sonbhadra.
Okay, Uttar Pradesh.
Yes.
Okay, you are reading where? Uttar Pradesh, in which school?
Aditya Birla Public School.
Aditya Birla. Okay, okay. What is your doubt?
Ma'am, there are two intestines, small intestines and large intestine.
Yes.
Why the size of small intestine is larger than that of large intestine?
Actually, small intestine is not larger, dear. Small intestine is longer in comparison to the large intestine. If we compare the length of, and if we analyze the length of the small intestine, that again differ in case of herbivores and carnivores. In case of carnivores, the length is small, but in case of herbivores, or in our case, that is also long. Why that is long? Because maximum absorption is done within the small intestine. When the food will enter into the large intestine, only some amount of the water and minerals will get digested and some amount of the drugs. So there is no nutrients which are present within the food when it will enter into the large intestine. So as maximum food digestion and absorption will be completed within small intestine, it is longer. Hello? Hello. So, in case of human, the tonsils are arranged by forming a ring, and that ring is known as Waldeur's ring. So, within that ring-shaped structure, there are 4 different types of the tonsils. First one is pharyngeal, second one is tubal, and third one is palatine, and fourth one is lingual. So, these are the 4 different types of the tonsils which are also present within the buccal cavity. So, we have discussed about the buccal cavity that is formed by palate, tongue, teeth, tonsil. Along with that, there is also the presence of the lateral wall that is formed by the muscular cheek. The next one that leads into the next part of the buccal cavity. This is about the buccal cavity. So, the digestive system, human digestive system, first part is mouth, second part is buccal cavity, which we have completed, and third one, that is pharynx. So, pharynx is that part of the digestive system that is also involved during the process of respiration. So, pharynx is regarded as a part of both digestive and respiratory system. It is the common passage or common pathway that is present in both digestive and respiratory system. Hello.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, I am Aditya Sir, Oxford Public School from Dhamnagar.
Oxford Public School, Bhavnagar. Okay, what is your doubt? Hello?
What
Your voice is not audible, dear. Your voice is not audible. Your voice is not clearly audible. Hello?
Hello, ma'am.
Huh?
What are the components of the transport system in human being?
What are the components in the transport system? Achha, okay. Mainly during the transportation, what are the components? The main components are blood and lymph. These are regarded as the circulatory fluid. So, which mainly transports the nutrients, the wastes, the respiratory gases, the enzymes, the hormones. Almost all the transportations are done through those devices. So, they are mainly the parts of the circulatory system, that is blood and lymph. Okay. So, the next one is pharynx. So, pharynx is the common passage that is present in both the digestive and respiratory system. But we can't take the food when we are respiring, or we can't respire when we are taking the food. That indicates, though it is a common passage, but food and air that cannot be taken at the same time. The pharynx, why they cannot be taken and how they are guarded, that can be described. First of all, we will discuss about the different parts of the pharynx. Pharynx is divided. It is divided into nasopharynx, second one is oropharynx, and third one is laryngopharynx. So, these are the 3 divisions of the pharynx. So, nasopharynx, which is connected with the eustachian tube, that is connected with ear. Oropharynx, which is the common passage that is present in both respiratory system and digestive system. And laryngopharynx, it indicates that it is connected with larynx. So, these are the 3 parts of the pharynx. So, hello.
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 हेलो
हेलो
हेलो मैम.
हाँ
मैम मुझको डाउट था कि बक्कल कैविटी की आप फिर एक बार समझा सकते हैं?
हाँ बताओ, तुम कहाँ से बोल रही हो?
संबलपुर, उड़ीसा.
संबलपुर, अच्छा. कहाँ पर पढ़ रही हो?
समलेश्वरी पब्लिक स्कूल.
कहाँ?
समलेश्वरी पब्लिक स्कूल.
समलेश्वरी पब्लिक स्कूल. Okay. I have already discussed about buccal cavity. Actually, you have not attended, I think.
Yes, ma'am. I cannot attend it.
Okay. Then we can discuss in the next class. We should continue because some of the students they are listening, so they will feel bored. What do you think?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Listen. I am just saying the same thing. Within 5 minutes, you listen. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Buccal cavity. So which is a part of the alimentary canal, because we are studying about the human digestive system. So human digestive system can be described in two headings. First one is alimentary canal, second one is digestive glands. So alimentary canal, which is formed by a number of organs, and that starts with mouth, anus. So first part is mouth. Through the opening the food enters, and it is guarded by two lips, that is upper lip and lower lip. The next part is buccal cavity. Through the buccal when we will open our mouth, we can see a large cavity, and that is known as buccal cavity. So mouth leads into the next part, that is buccal cavity. So the buccal cavity is formed by a number of structures. You imagine, you see yours buccal cavity. What are the structures which are forming the buccal cavity? The roof of the buccal cavity, that is formed by palate. The floor of the buccal cavity, that is formed by muscular tongue. The lateral walls of the buccal cavity, that is formed by cheek. Along with that, within the buccal cavity, there is also the presence of the teeth and also the tonsils. So these are the different structures which are present within the buccal cavity. Hello.
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm Aditya Odisha from Oxford Public School, Dhamnagar.
Dhamnagar, Oxford Public School. Okay. What is your doubt?
Ma'am, what are the components of the transport system in highly organized plants?
Actually, in case of plants, now we are discussing about the human digestive system. So, when we will discuss about the plant transportation, it will be better to discuss that, dear. I think that is mostly the xylem and phloem. But we will discuss in that class. Okay. So, next one is the pharynx. So, pharynx is divisible, and it is the common pathway that is present in both digestive and respiratory system. It is divisible, and it is divisible into nasopharynx, oropharynx and laryngopharynx. So, nasopharynx, which is connected with the eustachian tube, oropharynx, which is the common passage that is present in both digestive and respiratory system. So, let's discuss, though pharynx is the common passage, we have already discussed food and air that cannot enter into the same passage at the same time. So, how is it possible? Because the oropharynx, it contains the opening that is known as glottis. Glottis is the opening of respiratory system. So, glottis that is guarded by a flap or a leaf-like structure or a cartilaginous structure, we will discuss it in the respiratory system. So, that glottis is guarded by leaf-like structure that is known. Okay. Hello.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Ma'am, I'm Loralyn Sahu from DAV Puri.
कौन की साहू? Hello?
Loralyn Sahu.
अच्छा, साहू from DAV Puri.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, what is your doubt?
Ma'am, I want to ask that does villi is there in large intestine?
Mostly villi is present in the small intestine, dear. Because the major villi are the mainly finger-like structures. They are concerned with the absorption of the food materials. They are highly supplied with blood capillaries and lymph capillaries. So, as they are highly supplied with blood capillaries, so when the food will absorb through intestine, that will directly enter into the lymph vessels or the blood capillaries. So, when it will enter into the lymph capillaries, that is also known as lacteals. And the nutrients are also absorbed through blood capillaries. So, mostly that is present in the small intestine. Okay. So, oropharynx, which is the common passage that is present in both the digestive and the respiratory system. So, how the same events are not happening at the same time? That is because of some guarded structures. So, what are the structures which are guarding? In case of respiratory system, the opening in between the pharynx and respiratory system is known as glottis. That is guarded by a leaf-like cartilaginous structure that is known as epiglottis. Similarly, in between the pharynx and digestive system, there is the presence of gullet. So, gullet is guarded by sphincter. Sphincter means muscle fibers which are responsible to regulate the openings. So then next one is laryngopharynx. Laryngopharynx which is connected with the larynx. So this is about the next part, that is pharynx. The fourth part of the digestive system, that is esophagus, which is commonly known as food pipe. Esophagus, which is commonly known as food pipe, and that is mainly formed by muscular structures. So what are the muscular structures which are lining the esophagus? They may be longitudinal, may be circular. So when the food will enter into the esophagus only function is to push the food to the next part of the alimentary canal, because it is without any, it never secretes any enzymes that is involved in the mechanism of digestion. So its only function is transportation. So how it will transport? It will transport with the involvement of two different types of the muscles. One is longitudinal, another one is circular. That action of the longitudinal and circular muscle is collectively said to be peristalsis. Peristalsis. So through this mechanism, esophagus shows peristalsis. Peristalsis is the mechanism that is helpful in pushing the food to the next part of the alimentary canal. So this is about the esophagus. I think we have discussed some parts of the alimentary canal, that is mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx and esophagus. Mouth, which is the opening that allows the entry of the food. The food is being grinded. The food is being mixed with saliva. The food is being swallowed within the buccal cavity. Pharynx, which allows the food to enter into the next part, that is esophagus. Esophagus allows the food to enter into the next part, that is stomach, by the peristaltic movement of the circular and longitudinal muscles. Then what about the next part of the digestive system? That is the alimentary canal. The next part of the alimentary canal, that is stomach. So the esophagus leads into the next part, that is stomach. So stomach is regarded as the widest part of the alimentary canal. It is J-shaped in its structure. You imagine this is the structure of the stomach. Okay. This is the structure of the stomach. So having a convex side and a concave side. The convex side and concave side are known as greater and lesser curvatures. So these are this is the structure of the stomach, which is regarded as the widest part of the alimentary canal. We will discuss about the detailed stomach in the next class. I think we have to, hello? Dear students, as the time is going to be over, so I think we have to stop our topic in this portion, that is stomach. In the next class, we will discuss about the topic, that is the part of the alimentary canal, that is stomach, in a broad way. So if you have any queries or doubt, you can ask.